rolling, 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 rolling on the river. Great.
Oh my god.
Great. Here we go.
Have you heard that one that goes, wow, grape?
No. Wow, grape.
You don't know that?
No.
I want to be a pilot.
I want to be a No, I've never heard this before.
I'll show you later. If you know, you know.
Hey guys. Hey, what's up?
Welcome back
to another episode
of For My Future Self. We are episode what? We're almost 20 episodes in.
I know. It's been a long time. I should have left you. I'm out of dope beat to step two. Yeah. Oh my god, wow, we really, around 20? That's kind of crazy.
Almost 20, maybe. Maybe this is 20, I don't know, but
somewhere like that.
We're happy to be here as always. I hope you guys are having a beautiful, beautiful day.
I know, the weather is getting so nice.
I got a hoodie.
I got a sweater on.
We don't got the AC on.
Yes. Finally, Jesus. It was like 90 something in October still. And we're in October.
Rude.
I think that's just so
illegal. Jail.
Stupid.
Anyway, we wanted to talk about how she's not an imposter.
You're not an imposter.
And you're not an imposter. Because today's topic is the infamous imposter syndrome.
We know what you're thinking. And we want you to stop.
Right now.
Stop it.
You're not an imposter.
I said stop it.
You're a real thing.
You are a real thing.
You're a real thing.
Thing. You better stop it. But I gotta tell myself that too. Well, you better stop.
In all seriousness, raise your hand if you've experienced imposter syndrome. I think we've done this before. We raised our everything. But yes, let's talk about what it is.
Yeah, you go first.
Actually, let's look up a definition.
Okay.
Because we hear it all the time, right?
I hear it all the time.
I know people that tell me it all the time.
But let's really okay, go ahead.
Imposter, the one that's coughing has to read. Okay. Imposter syndrome, also known as imposter phenomenon or imposterism, is a psychological occurrence in which people doubt their skills, talents, or accomplishments and have a persistent internalized fear of being exposed as frauds.
Man.
Damn, frauds?
That's a powerful one.
I feel that. And you know what? I've experienced that many times.
Oh my god, Google. Can you not please? Anyways, it says psychological, so it's a mental thing. Obviously, it's not gonna happen.
Do people really have imposter? Is it really a serious medical condition?
I don't know if it's something to be diagnosed.
Yeah.
But it is say psychological, so it's just like a mindset.
It could be
right?
a mindset.
Occurrence in which people doubt their skills, talents, or accomplishments. Okay, I felt that.
Definitely when I
sure.
first got into real estate, I already immediately was like, I feel like an imposter. I don't belong here. Everyone in this industry is so loud and extroverted and just so out there and know their shit. And I immediately was like, I'm a fraud. I don't belong here. I don't fit in.
I'm a fraud.
I don't think I can make conversation with these people. I'm not loud. I'm very soft-spoken.
Yeah.
And I immediately labeled it as imposter syndrome. But now, I don't believe in that. I just don't feel that you should, this is what I always say, if you are working towards something, for example, I'm in the real estate industry. I put myself in this industry, immediately felt imposter syndrome. But how is that imposter syndrome?
You just got in it.
You're not you just got in it. You just got in it, girl. And it's like, I don't like that word.
I know.
Sorry, guys. Anyway.
It's triggering.
If you're in the industry that you're in and you're consistently being in the industry and doing the work, how does that make you an imposter?
Yeah.
Is what I'm getting at.
I think when you compare success, I think that's when people start getting in their head about things. For example, a lot of the times I've heard imposter syndrome. I heard that term a lot of the times in the dance realm, moreover than in my business side. Because for me, I've never experienced imposter syndrome. Maybe unexperienced syndrome. I don't know. I just know what's realistic. Like, I don't have experience in this. I'm new. It's not like I'm an imposter. But when it comes to dance, I feel like I've heard that term more over than not. When you're a teacher, or you're creating, or like you're leading in some type of way, shape, or form. I think a lot of people experience imposter syndrome when they're haven't made it as a dancer, not in the industry, haven't been booked, or haven't done this, and that. But when it comes to people that I know personally, you know who I'm talking about. I know personally, and I've experienced this too, like, who am I to be teaching these people? That's just the questions. Who am I to be teaching these people this craft? Who am I to be giving them this knowledge? Like, I feel like if you've been in it that long, you have that experience, you have the love for it, and you have that skill that you've trained and honed in on and mastered, you are not an imposter.
You're doing it.
And you're doing it. You're in it. You're not an imposter. It's a psychological thing, so it's a choice. It's a mind shift that something here or something in this environment is triggering you to think that I shouldn't be here. I shouldn't even be teaching these people. But you're giving the opportunity to do it. God's giving you the ability, or you've been put in these positions of like these jobs where you're teaching, or like you're in a space for when you're trying to, in the community, when you're trying to help people, right? And maybe that's in your purpose. So I'm kind of just speaking to the community here, like, if you're doing it, then you're meant to do it, right? And I don't think you're an imposter, but it's not a bad thing if it ever has been in your mind before. Like, everyone's experienced it. It's not an unheard of thought, but that's where I hear it majority of the time. It's in the dance community. But when I started my business, I already knew I was fresh out. I'm hella green, like no experience. I'm a rookie, and that's fine because everyone starts everywhere. I don't have that. I didn't have that in the beginning, but I do sometimes now. I do have doubt. If you break down imposter syndrome, it's doubt in your accomplishments, in your skill, and in your what?
Comparison.
In comparison, right? So when you break it down like that, it makes more sense as to why people always say, "Oh, imposter syndrome."
It's more just like, I don't believe in myself. I don't believe in myself. That's really what you're saying to yourself.
I don't believe in what I have, what I'm doing, and I don't see success in what I've accomplished. I'm just like, no. There's value in what you've been doing, and there's value in what you will do. You know, like, I feel like it's a mindset shift, in my opinion. But it's hard when you're surrounded by like the success and like and also people who aren't in success. I feel like they're like, oh, these certain people shouldn't be doing that. Like, you know, like, that can also be discouraging, especially in the dance community. Like, oh, like, if you haven't done this, and that, you shouldn't be doing this, and that. Well, that's just an opinion of people, and maybe it's a fact, or maybe it's not. I just think it's all a mindset.
All in all, I think everyone is just, including us, just in our heads.
It's yourself, bro. Like, not today. Like, don't just be like, not today, Satan. Like, remove just all of that doubt, and I feel like imposter syndrome won't be so evident in
I need to acknowledge it when that thought starts
fine.
Coming up in your head. Be like, hey, this is my other side of my brain talking.
It's all good. Acknowledge it.
I feel like with all the outside forces and like influences, it's all a matter of comparison.
It really
at the end
is.
Of the day.
I feel like you can't hide or like run from imposter syndrome. I feel like everyone within their careers have experienced it, and that's okay. Like, we're not saying like, oh my god, don't even do it, like it's like so bad, but yeah, it's fine. Like, acknowledge maybe you have room to grow. There's always somewhere, there's always somewhere to be. Like, you're not just gonna stay here and then you're gonna wallow in your thoughts and your mindset's gonna be weird, but like, you just have to progress and like keep shooting for the stars and like have those goals and try to better yourself every time, because either you want to stay in that mindset and always say, oh my god, I have imposter syndrome, but then you're setting yourself up for failure. Like, you're literally giving yourself that mindset if you keep calling yourself an imposter or you're a fraud.
Have you read the book The Secret?
No.
You should read it. It's very old, actually, but it's really easy to digest and read, and it's very true. Whatever you tell yourself in your head, you're manifesting that into the world. And whether you believe in manifestation or not, because I know a lot of people, it's touchy. Some people don't believe in, whatever I think, I get.
Right.
In a sense, yes, that sounds a little woo-woo in some senses, but I think it's not that woo-woo if...
The word of the day is woo-woo.
If you're actually putting in the work towards it too, okay? So, for example, like something that resonated with me is, let's give this imposter syndrome an example. Because you're telling yourself in your mind, I'm an imposter, not capable of doing this, there's other people around me that are better, you're letting that mindset come out into the universe. How in the world are you going to attract customers, clients, good opportunity to come in your head to help you elevate when literally in your head you're already thinking, I'm not worthy of this position? Now, if you switch that around and basically go the opposite direction and say, I'm so worthy of all the opportunities coming my way. If you switch that mindset and say, I am worthy of these opportunities coming my way, it's gonna come because you're welcoming that. Your brain and your thoughts and your mind is such a big controller of the outside and what actions you do. Like when you get up in the morning, you're like, I don't want to go through this day. This day already so like you're in that mindset like, oh my god,
dreading
now
it.
your day is just gonna be like that with that energy.
Right.
Go ahead.
She said, "Go ahead.
You talk now.
You talk now." She's like, "I'm talking too much.
I'm gonna drink my
I'm
tea.
talking too much. It's aggravating."
Go ahead.
It's
go
okay.
ahead.
All good. What Serina is saying is, you have to speak to yourself a little bit more kindly. I think I don't do this enough, and I feel like this is a great episode because I'm doing a lot of reflecting while I'm talking, because I feel like I don't acknowledge the imposter syndrome. In the beginning, I said I don't have it, but maybe I put it underneath a different name or I put it underneath a different label while I'm going through, like, the self-doubt. And I think for me, it's just doubt and constant comparison. I never really put a label on it, and I guess it's imposter syndrome. But I like the way Serina said, like, just flip it. In a way, when you think all these things, oh my god, I haven't been here, I haven't done that, I haven't accomplished this yet, or like I'm not even at this level, right? Well, if you switch the narrative on it, oh my god, I haven't done this yet.
I'm on my way.
I haven't gotten to my goal yet. I have so much room to grow because I have these goals. Like maybe it's a flag to shift your mindset. Maybe it's a way to push you. I think it's a way to kind of wake you up. Like maybe you have to pick it up. Pick it up. Maybe you need that mind shift, and maybe you need that lifestyle change. Because sometimes other people aren't going to motivate you. You have to do it within yourself. And it's a hard conversation, and not a lot of people, even me, like I struggle with telling myself all these positive things all the time, and it's overwhelming, wherein like sometimes too much positive can turn into a negative in my mind, because it feels fabricated, right? But I think when, like what Serina said, like you just have to think nicely about yourself and be more kind to yourself. Because all in all, I feel like now that I'm reflecting, I have accomplished a lot. And that's not being boastful or big-headed or anything. And I think humble is one thing. And I feel like we're both very humble people. And I try to stay humble in everything I do because, like grateful, very blessed for these opportunities. But it's one to say that, and then one to act upon the blessings, and one to act upon what you're given, right? And to take action. So I think imposter syndrome is just maybe your brain or your body telling you, bro, like you need to step it up. Maybe this will enlighten you to kind of like shift.
When you do have that thought, when that word comes up in your head, this is your body, your mind telling you that you're feeling.
It's a response,
I think it's fear.
Yeah,
because at the end of the day, when that thought comes up, you're probably about to do something that scares you. And you have to do those things too.
I think fear is amazing. Like, when you're fearful or nervous about something, that means you care and you want to put your all into it, and you're worried about the outcome.
Fear messing up.
Yeah, you worry about the outcome because you care a lot, and that's good. We need that commitment. You need that drive, right? And I think people take it different, or like they don't know how to process that emotion, and they just turn it into darkness, turn it into doubt.
It's hard, yeah.
It's hard because I think our minds or our bodies automatically do that because it's a response, right? Like anything giving us stress, we try to like.
I have an example. So
go ahead.
whenever
Serina.
I'm about to do, I can talk now.
Okay, she's good.
Whenever I'm gonna do something for my business, right? And sometimes the scary part about what I do is probably just having hard conversations or talking to people I've never talked to, or sounding annoying. I don't want to sound annoying to people because you know, I'm trying to help them at the end of the day, but it's just all part of it. Being a realtor, you have to prospect. That's the word. You have to make connections, right? And sometimes you might have to do that with people you're not really comfortable talking to, but you just have to do it. And my stress mechanism is I go on my phone and I just ignore it.
Yeah.
That's my problem, and I still go through that for sure. I have my days, but it doesn't make, like, at the time it might feel comfortable and normal and like fine in the moment when you're thinking the thoughts of imposter syndrome, or whatever mechanism you're using, like going on social media, playing Candy Crush. I had to delete Candy Crush from my phone.
I love Candy Crush.
I had to delete it. It is a stress-free game, but when I literally get stressed, I just play the game and I'm not productive. I have a problem.
That's me with Cooking Mama. Did you know they made a digital
Oh my god.
app for your phone?
So part of me feels empty. Cooking Mama was fire.
I had to
Part of me feels
delete it.
empty because I like to play Candy Crush and it's fun and I'm on a really high level now.
You're probably a master.
I think I'm just gonna re-download it when I'm like on vacation. Like when I went to New York, I just had it because I was on the plane.
Yeah, you had nothing else to do.
But during my work day, I cannot be playing Candy Crush. I'm trying to do $1,000 activities, and I'm over here playing Candy Crush because I'm scared of messing up.
Right. If anything, play Candy Crush when the deed has been done because you're chilling.
Exactly. Reward system. But no, I just deleted it. It's bad.
That's okay. That's okay.
Anyway, what I was saying was, what was I saying? We were talking about
Candy Crush. She was like, you were saying like when you encounter those people, you stay on your phone, you ignore it, or like you try to distract yourself.
I just put it to the side, but in the moment it feels. So this is another exercise that I started to do and implement, where if I constantly talk in my head.
Yeah.
Right. By the way, are you a person that you can hear your voice in your head, or how do you think?
I don't know if I can hear a physical voice. I could just visualize the conversation.
But do you talk, like, I hear my voice. There's people that actually don't hear voices in their head, or they don't like have dialogue, which is kind of odd. They just have like pictures.
Yeah. But for me, I think it is. For me, it's just I do have images of like things.
I do images too.
Yeah.
But anyway, when I'm talking in my head, I have a lot of like conversations in my head. My head's all over the place. Okay, so. And I'm faced with a lot of options throughout the day, like decisions. And decisions freak me out. Like, I'm the type of person... I talked to my therapist one time. I used to have a therapist, and I was like, I have trouble making, like, tiny decisions.
I'm indecisive.
Sometimes I need to have an app to, like, make me just, like, flip a coin for me or something.
Yeah.
Like, it's, like, that severe. And I'm learning to... I don't know if I should accept it at this point or learn out of it, but... All in all, I have conversations in my head, and I have to make decisions all the time, and it's, like... One of them could be like, this one is like, oh, I'm thinking about talking to this person today or reaching out to this person or just not doing it, right? Because the easiest thing is not doing it.
Not doing it, yeah.
But the question that I ask myself is this something that I'm scared of or I'm fearing or it's uncomfortable? And if I check yes on that box, that means go ahead and do it. Now, don't be crazy. I'm not going to run naked on the street because it's uncomfortable. But... If I know it's something that's going to benefit me, then potentially benefit me. I'm not going to say every uncomfortable decision you make is going to turn out amazing.
Right.
But it's a chance for growth. It's a chance for...
It challenges you.
A challenge. Yeah. And just think of it like that. Like, it's a fun challenge. It's a game. And, people that are competitive, try it out.
That's a good tactic, actually. I'm a very indecisive person. Especially with food choice, but we'll get into that another time. But I feel like I think it's just a mind thing, like constant reflection and just you have to think nice things about yourself. That's the simplest
moral.
That's just the simplest way I can put
that.
it. Because for me, what I struggle with, you struggle with like being scared of talking to people sometimes that you're not comfortable with, and you kind of want to like.
I don't want to be annoying. I always think the outcome's like, oh, they're irritated with me. They're annoying.
Yeah. For me, I think what bothers me the most, I feel like my mindset is fine. Just sometimes I think too exterior, like, okay, do I look good? Right? Like, or do I sound good to this person? Like, am I being as informative as I can be? Or like, oh, how come they didn't book with me? Is it something that I said? Or like, I'm not as good as this one girl. I'm not as good as this one brand. Like, maybe I should lower my prices to get people to come to me. Or maybe I should. It's just a constant external thing. I've never felt like an imposter, but doubt is definitely there. I do struggle with getting in a negative zone real quick. Like one thing can trigger me and it's just downhill from there, and it's really hard to not do that. I struggle with that all the time. It may seem like I'm a very positive person, which I strive to be, and I am. I do have that mindset that everything will be fine, everything will turn out okay, and I've been through a lot in my life, etc., etc. But I think one of my weaknesses, or like one thing that I do struggle with, is that I can get in the most negative space in like a blink of an eye, like in a second, because something triggered me, or because something because I see something that I like but I don't see it within myself, and I compare and I do all these things. I don't know any other way to fix that than to be nice to myself, because like at that moment I'm being completely rude and mean to myself. I don't deserve that. What did I do? Okay.
Right.
It's like an internal conversation, like what Serina is saying, like having conversations in your head, like, dude, I've been working so hard, like we have this podcast, why do I feel this way? Like, why?
What triggered it? Find it.
I have to find, first you have to pinpoint what exactly is bothering you, and that's what I need to work on. I don't know exactly what it is. I wish I can like literally tell you word for word, but it's a mixture of so many insecurities. I want to say, like fear, maybe, insecurities, yes, like not feeling good enough, feeling good enough, the phrase feeling good enough, when in fact I am, because I wouldn't be in this position if I wasn't good at my craft. You wouldn't be as successful as you are in real estate if you weren't good at it, you know? So I think that's just a realization I have to have it within myself. Like, I am good. I worked hard to get at this level, and I am going to get to a greater level later on in the future. And I just need to talk to myself that way, because I always say, like, bro, like, you suck. You're not good enough. Like, it's
you
bad.
already know how we talk to ourselves.
It's bad. It's bad, but maybe that's what triggers people's imposter syndrome. Like,
Absolutely.
Maybe you can relate to that in a way wherein you just have to be nicer to yourself and realize what you've accomplished or what you will accomplish. Have those goals, because it's really important. Like, you're important.
Yeah.
And you're not fraud.
And whoever you're comparing yourself to, if you're feeling like an imposter, they were at where you were at. So you're literally doing the same thing. And that's something to applaud, because a lot of people, whatever industry you're starting in, that you're already in and you're feeling that way, there are people that cannot even do a kick split turn.
There are people out there that can't even skip,
like,
bitch. Okay.
And y'all do it. Yeah, you can do a 5, 6, 7, 8.
5, 6, 7, 8.
You can learn that in less than an hour. Y'all could bend different ways. Like,
easy.
There's no way. Like, come on, give yourself some grace at the end of the day.
Exactly.
That's like
you're
the main
amazing.
message.
Everyone, you're amazing. Whoever's watching this. I think this is a great episode, because I definitely need to talk to myself better. Like
I know it's not easy, guys.
It's not,
because when we get in that, when we've talked about
hard.
this many times,
this is hard, and that's okay. And it's a challenge, and I'm up for the challenge. And I want the growth. Like, I don't want to be like this tomorrow or like the next year.
And you're gonna have your moments for sure, but it's the way that you cope and the way that you go about it and handle it for sure. Another thing that helps is when I'm driving. So, you know, when you're in your car, you usually listen to music or a podcast. But on my last drive home, and if I'm driving home by myself, of course, because sometimes I'm a passenger princess. But when I'm driving home alone, and it's the last ride of the day, that's when I don't like to have music at all, and that's when I like to talk to myself.
I like that.
I love to just be like, how am I feeling today? What triggered me today? What was good today? What was some, just anything and everything, just blur it out, because it feels so good. Like, yes, I'm a journal queen, like I like to journal and all that, but just talking it out too, and having no one judge you, no one hear you, nothing but yourself, you probably look crazy, but having, in those moments, I felt the most uplifted.
I think that's like another method of meditation. It's just like verbal. More verbal with yourself.
Felt so good. Or you can put on the high frequency music as you're talking to, the one I told you about. So
I like that idea. I mean, I think when I speak to myself, it's not verbal. I'm not actually speaking out like conversational. It's all in my mind, and I'm going through different things in my head, right? But I need to try that. I need to actually talk.
I'm literally
speak.
like,
okay,
you got this,
Callie,
girl, today.
like,
You gotta get your shit together.
Callie, I don't know what you're wearing, but you better strut like you mean it.
Yep, free your mind.
It's not enough just to dream it. Come on,
Come on,
get up.
Come on. We were just talking about off topic, but do you guys ever rewatch your stories?
Yo, I be watching my story like I haven't seen it before.
Like we be saying like when we watch our stories, it's like a different thing every time.
Right, we're trying to expect a new like reaction to like, oh my god, what is Callie up to today? Especially if I know it's a good story and I like was doing very like a lot of things that's very eventful. I'm just like,
comment below how many times you've rewatched your story.
Bruh.
I'm trying to get in the habit of not looking at who looks at my story, because like, why does that even matter?
oh yeah,
Right?
I don't look.
I
just-
sometimes see it. It's not like
for my
every
business I
time.
check.
But yeah, I'll be checking sometimes. I'm like, who's looking at my sheet?
No, nosy.
But it shouldn't matter. Don't
I
look
be
at the
watching-
likes. Don't look at the reviews.
I be watching my stuff like, ooh, what's she doing? Especially, okay, don't get me wrong. Y'all think this too, okay? It's like a cute story. You had a cute outfit.
You was talking.
You had good food. You were with a friend. It was lit. You want to relive it?
Cute. I've been looking
Yeah.
at my archives on Instagram.
Yeah, I'm
You do
watching
that?
that. I rewatch it.
Sometimes
for
I get
sure.
inspo. Sometimes I look at myself in like 2021 and I'm like, ooh, look what she was up to.
I know, our future selves looking at our past, and that's what we're gonna do when we like re-watch and re-listen to these episodes, because 100% I need to take my own advice. Like a lot of these episodes, when I re-listen to it, re-watch it, I'm just like, I don't remember saying that, but that was wow. But wow, like
Random business meeting. Should we do like journal prompts at the end of our episodes? Just be like, this is your journal prompt for today.
I
to
like
help
that.
you guys. Yeah.
I like that a lot. Journal prompt, or maybe we can include it in like a mini vlog, or like we can make a series out of it. Maybe.
Yeah.
I think that'd be dope. A journal like.
Yeah. So
vlog
today
series.
we talked about imposter syndrome. So for this topic, this prompt, write down number 1. What's making you feel like an imposter?
Yeah, list it like
What's
every
triggering
possibility.
that? What's making you feel that way? Number 2, how much of that is really true? First of all,
Yeah. Like, be
And-
realistic with yourself.
yeah, how much of it is really true? Is it all in your head? Are you making up these stories? Were these things actually told to you? And then number 3,
Are you telling them to yourself? Yeah, you're right.
yeah, and then number 3 is how are you going to get out of it? And then hype yourself up at the end, girl.
Yeah, turn all that negative tone into a positive tone, and like make it a question. Like, oh my god, I suck at this. Oh my god, dude, you suck at it. Maybe you should get better. Maybe you should start doing this. Oh my god, I haven't accomplished this yet. Oh my god, I haven't accomplished this yet. There's so many
So what are
possibilities.
you gonna do?
Like, what are you gonna
do?
do?
You really suck, or do you just
Do you
need to
suck?
practice?
Maybe, okay, if you really suck, maybe someone should have told you by now. But you know, to be
But you
realistic,
could always be better. You can
always get
improve.
better. Like,
Give
talk to
yourself
yourself. Nice. You've accomplished a lot. I'm talking to my future self here. You've accomplished a lot. You're accomplishing more. Like, stop with the negativity, dude. Like, it takes a toll on your health, like your overall health. Like, I get headaches. I don't
get
want
migraines.
I don't want headaches anymore because I'm so like stressed.
Me too.
And I'm
you
so
get them right here. I get them right here.
yeah, like inside the right here,
This part right here.
and the eyebrow arch.
It makes me not want to drink caffeine, but I love coffee.
Don't do it anymore. Just start doing alternative. But yeah, I'm talking to you. Please, like, for the sake of like your well-being, your health, I think that should be a red flag. Like, maybe you need to start taking care of your body. Maybe that's the first step. Take care of your body. Maybe you need to start with foundation and basics, because then that can ultimately lead to how you think,
how you eat, girl.
How you eat,
Stop
what
eating
you're
the
doing.
McDonald's. I had McDonald's 2 days ago.
Don't do it. It's not real food. Stop.
It's just quick.
Because what you eat and what you do, like if you're active or who you surround yourself with, energies, it can all feed into how you're thinking. And like if you shift, you might have a better mindset or a better perspective on life and how you treat yourself. So I think that's...
Do the better alternative out of the two that you're thinking about.
Yeah.
Or do the one that's more risky but can be a good step for you to be better.
So
always go for, always choose that, okay?
Don't forget the prompts that we give to you. Oh yeah, always choose that, please.
That's your like roadmap for your life of success.
Yeah, Serina, you're
And
that
love.
girl. Quit it. See? Yay! I liked this episode.
That was fun.
That was actually a really good one. We came up with this topic because I feel like it's very evident, common, and very relatable nowadays. Probably in the past too. They just they didn't put like a label on it.
Yeah, social media.
Someone
and all that
labeled
stuff.
it, right? So we really wanted to talk about it because it's very important. And you know, mental health, everything, your well-being, the wellness, the holistic.
And if you're
approach
going
to
through
it,
something,
it's
let
very
us
important.
know.
Yeah.
DM us. You know, we love
like
to
talking to
be
you
there
guys.
for you guys.
Yeah, we always
You know.
appreciate also the love too. So we really liked this topic and we hope it resonated with you guys because you just have to shift your mindset and like think about it and look at it differently. You're not an imposter, but it is a term now, so maybe it's real with everyone.
Yeah,
and you're not alone.
And maybe if this is a real medical thing, we're not trying to like...
Sorry if it's like as real as it can be. We're not trying to like,
bash on it, but
yeah.
We just want to get ourselves out of the feelings of doubts and all that stuff.
Yeah,
So
for sure.
Yes. Well, we'll see you guys in the next one. Don't forget to listen to us on Spotify, iTunes, and look at our beautiful faces on... Did I say YouTube? No, I didn't.
I don't know
YouTube.
what
Spotify, iTunes, YouTube.
iTunes, Apple Podcast. Are we on that too?
I said iTunes. I meant Apple Podcast.
I was like, girl, we made it.
I'm so sorry. I'm a little delulu today. Delulu. Woo-woo.
Woo-woo was the word.
Woo-woo.
Sometimes I'm a little woo-woo. I like that. I'll make you say
Woo-woo.
woo-woo. Okay, anyways.
Okay, bye.
Anything else?
Follow
Bye.
us on formyfutureselpod, sold by
Yes.
Serina and Kalafia Beauty and Killa Cali.
Yeah.
Deuces.
Bye.